How to think about your own thoughts. Hey new mamas, welcome back. It's Ellie. Thank you so much for tuning in. If you're new, make sure you hit the subscribe button down below. In today's video, I want to share with you how to think about your own thoughts. Now, this is a tool that we use a lot in life coaching, and so I just think that if anyone needs it, it's new moms. So I'm going to share it with you here today. So there is this formula called the model, and it was most popularized by Byron and Brooke Castillo. And you can look both of them up in the description box down below. I've linked to their websites, but they teach this idea called the model, and it's basically just a framework for your thoughts so that you can see just how they're having an impact on your results. So the model consists of circumstance, thought, feeling, action, and result. Now I've created a nice little PDF worksheet for you. If you want to print this off, you can use the link down below to go get that from my website, heynewmama.com. Now, let me explain what each one of these means. So a circumstance is always going to be neutral. This is just like a fact of life. Like anyone would agree that it was a fact. So, for example, the blanket is blue. My husband is speaking words. Those are all neutral circumstances. So the next line is the thought line, and this is obviously where your own personal thought goes about that circumstance. So for example, that is my favorite blanket, or what my husband is saying is wrong, or what my husband is saying is right. Our thoughts are the beliefs we have about the circumstances that we're in. Okay, and then in the feeling line, your feeling is always just going to be one word, one feeling. Now, it can be kind of hard initially to think of all the feelings that are possible, but it is good to get as specific as possible. So what I actually did is I just got on Google and found like a wheel or a chart of all the different feeling words. And then it's nice to just read through it a couple times, maybe keep it on your phone. And then when you're doing this work, you can look at that to see kind of what maybe, you're mad, but really you're frustrated. You want to get as specific as possible, but always feeling is always one word. There's one thing that I want to mention that I think is really important for moms to understand is that just be sure that when you're doing the model, you don't get your models mixed. So for example, if you have a thought like, I can't do this, you may start to feel, incapable, but you also may start to feel like there's something wrong with you. But that is coming from a different thought. That feeling, the shame feeling is coming from a different thought. So don't get your models mixed up is the point here. If you're having a thought that is causing you shame, now really quickly, if you don't follow Brene Brown, the difference between shame and guilt is that you feel bad about something you did. Shame is that you feel bad about who you are. Or I guess another way to put it is guilt is that you feel like you've done something wrong. Shame is that you feel like you are wrong. So what my life coach told me and what I'm telling you is that if you're having any thoughts that are causing you shame, you really want to look at those and get rid of them, change them, because shame will not serve you. And it's just not useful. And then action is exactly that. It's whatever you do, whatever action you take based on the feeling that you're having. I want to just point out that this can be an action, an inaction, or a reaction. And then lastly, we have our results line, and this is the results that you'll get. So whatever action you took will end up as a result in your life, and that's what you would put in this line. So your results line will essentially fulfill and prove right your thought, because our little brains do not like to be wrong. And we have kind of this, our thoughts are kind of like self-fulfilling prophecies, I think is an interesting way to look about it. So, you know, if you think that it's going to be a really crappy day, it'd probably be a really crappy day. That'll probably end up being proven in your results based on the actions that you took. So now I want to give you a couple super specific examples for moms. So like I said, you can print off the worksheet on my website to kind of go through this with me, but you can also just pull out your phone or a piece of paper and you want to write down CTFAR and then fill it in. And here's the cool part too, is that you can actually start anywhere in the model. So let's say you have an action that you want to change, put the action in the A line and then work your way backwards. Okay, so here's two quick examples for specifically for new moms, so you can see how this works. So again, we're going to start with the CTFAR, and we're going to fill in our circumstance line first. The circumstance line is, I haven't slept for a few nights. Not much, at least, because I have a new baby. The thought is, I can't do this, and that causes me to feel despair. From there, my action is that I blow up at my partner. And the result is they take over for me, proving that I can't do this. So you see how those kind of connected together? So let me give you, so first you do your unintentional model. That's what's ever coming up for you and not serving you. Then you want to do your intentional model. And for me, I've always found it's a little bit easier to maybe add to the thought that you're already having, but you can also just change it. So the intentional model would look like this. It's the same circumstance. I haven't slept much. The thought is, the original thought was, I can't do this. But the new thought could be, I need help. And so from the I help thought, I need help thought, we're possibly going to experience a feeling of surrender. You know, I need help. I need someone to help me. And so our action might be, we ask our partner for help. And the result is that they help us and we get our needs met. So here's another example. And this one is actually starting with the action. So the unintentional model is, the action is, I overeat at night. So we're going to work our way back. Why do we overeat at night? Because we might feel scared. So scared goes in our feeling line. So then why do we feel scared? What's the thought that we're thinking? The thought is, I have so little free time. And the circumstance was that the baby finally fell asleep. So we've got our circumstance, thought, feeling, and action. And then our result is, you don't feel good. You don't sleep well, you're not so productive, and this just proves that you do have very little free time. So that's our unintentional model. Our intentional model could look something like this. Circumstance stays the same, the baby has finally fallen asleep. Our thought might be, instead of our thought being, I have so little free time, what if we change our thought to, I'm so thankful that I now have time to eat? So from there, we feel calm and thankful, and our action is we eat. But we eat from a calm, nourishing place. And so we're less likely to overeat. And so that is our result, is that we don't overeat, we don't have these negative feelings, and our brain proves that we are thankful for the little bit of free time that we get. So those are just two examples of how a new mom could use the model to examine some of the thoughts she's having that may or may not be serving her. I really hope you find this useful and that it can help you change your life. But I do want to preface that this is not easy, especially doing it alone. So if you do, I would encourage you, if you have a friend or a mom friend that you would want to send this video to and then try and work on models together, I think that would be a great idea. The other option is I am now life coaching. So you can use a link in the description box down below to book a free 30-minute discovery call with me, just to kind of see what it's all about and if we're a good fit. And we can work on those models together. That's what I do. So again, I hope you like this video, and if you have any comments, leave them down below. You can always email me at heynewmama@gmail.com with questions, and I hope you guys have a great day. Thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you next week.